Butch Brown right now. It's happening.
All right. We have Matt. How the fuck do you say your last name?
Magnone.
Magnone.
Everybody says Magnone. Magnone. It's literally Magnone.
Magnone. Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. I'm glad we finally got that clear.
Heck
All
yeah.
right. Thanks for listening, guys. We're all done. No.
That was a good talk we had right there.
Yeah.
Was it recording?
So I've known who Matt is for a while because of Fishing Network. First thing, and secondly, I started fishing DVL probably 2011, 12. That was when I really got into freshwater fishing, and you were the guy. I mean, you had a lot of the reports you guys had for Last Chance had huge fish you'd be catching.
Oh yeah, it was a fun time for sure.
You grew up out that way?
Well, pretty much born and raised in Temecula.
Okay.
Pretty much brought into a fishing family. So yeah, since Diamond Valley opened, I spent a lot of my time on it.
Yeah. Well, did you have any involvement with the opening? Like, were you down there?
We did. I worked for a tackle shop called Boss Bait and Tackle back, like 2001, 2002-ish. Mm-hmm. And we were the tackle shop invited up to First to Fish, which was like the pre-fishing day. They had like 4 days or whatever it is. You paid a bunch of money to go do it. Mm-hmm. And we were like, the shop there. So I've been fishing that lake since about that time. And shoot, it wasn't uncommon for me to fish in that lake 6-7 days a week before work. I literally, at one point, I slept in my truck at the lake for probably 3-4 weeks straight. I get pizza, get some beer, go park in there. They would lock the outside gate behind me, and I'd be first in line every single day just to fish 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Literally 30 minutes of fishing.
That's all you'd fish is 30 minutes and
I had to go to work.
Oh, shit.
So I went out there, did my thing. I had to have that lake on lockdown because I didn't want to waste my time. And then I go to work. I'd literally leave work. Okay, I guess I got to get in line. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Do you think that first 30 minutes at DVL is vital to catching a good fish?
Sometimes. Certain times there with the fish, the way the fish stack up from the afternoon wind the day before, sometimes made fish funnel into certain areas and stack. But a lot of times it was just me trying to get any type of fishing, learn every bit of that lake and how the fish moved from night to morning. That was a huge thing for me.
Do you feel like you got that lake pretty locked down?
I don't think anybody does.
No.
The big thing for me, like I tell a lot of people, I mean, I spend a lot of time there. I have over 1,000 waypoints on that lake for situations. Like people don't realize the time that I put into that lake between Google Earth. It just got kind of blown up on the internet lately. But I used to,
or even when it got low, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, dude, I was going. What
nuts.
The fuck? There's a fucking island right here, like.
Dude, there's everything. There's stumps. There's slabs from old buildings. There was a chicken ranch out there.
Shit.
There's like, yeah, it was nuts. But the lake humbles me. It humbles everybody. I mean, it's a beast. That's why I wanted to put so much time. I didn't want the easy way out. I wanted to grind and earn my fish,
Yeah. No, and you're kind of like one of the main locals at DVL. When a lot of people talk about you, that's your home deal. You consider your home lake,
yeah,
right?
I would.
Yeah. Paris too. You go to Paris a lot?
Paris. We used to make fun of Paris a long time ago. There was a year where all the big fish were getting caught out there. I mean, every day someone was catching a 10, that low water year. So we would go to Diamond Valley and get our butts whooped, catch a couple big fish here and there. And we always say Paris was our confidence boost because every single time we went to Paris, it was like a 1-year period. Every single time we caught a 10-pounder. That's where I got my. I'm not going to say it's my personal best, but it rivals my personal best. Out there one day, I caught like
Paris.
Yeah, it was like my biggest fish is 14.3 at a diamond, and at Paris I went over there with a 250. And before that, I was throwing a crankbait, get an 8-pounder on crankbait. I'm like, yeah, I got an 8-pounder. Cool, it's a big fish of the day. Then I flipped an 8-pounder. I'm like, okay. When it started howling, all the big boats went off. I'm in my tin can. I'm sitting there in the ocean going like this and everything. I come around the tire reef over there throwing the 250, and I'm like working it on the surface like a big walk bait. And I'm watching these big ones come up behind it, and I connect this one, get him up, looking at this fish. I'm like, oh my God, this fish is probably like 17 pounds. This thing's a beast. And I get my scale. I hook it up to my scale, turn it on. The thing's like flickering. I'm like, no. Look for the other scale, no other scale. So I'm holding this fish, and at that time, I didn't believe in putting fish in a live well. I would not bring a fish to another boat. I wouldn't bring a fish to the marina.
Why?
I didn't want to stress them.
Okay.
Because it's like, dude, you're using 25-pound test, an extra heavy rod, a high gear reel, and you're not letting them play out.
Do you bounce fish in?
I have in the past. I learned over the years that I was probably doing more harm to them.
I heard from someone down the line, a biologist said, every time you bounce a fish in, that is like dropping a kid on its fucking head.
I wouldn't doubt that.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like I just
organs.
heard like it's like you're making that person fucking like or that fish like fucked up when you're
I bet.
dropping it in. It's like dropping a person. Think about it down. You know?
Well, dude, how much force you're like, and then you sit there fist pound. I got a video on YouTube where I'm fishing diamond. I'm throwing a triple trout, and I was on a tear with a 10-inch triple trout before much people were doing it.
Yeah.
I'm like, get this fish in. I throw it up there, and it bounces off the deck, lands on the bottom of the boat. I stop, fist pump, and I'm sitting there watching this video. I'm like, God, what a douche. I make fun of myself all the time.
No, but you look back on shit you did, you're probably like,
oh,
I wouldn't do that now.
Seeing where swimbait fishing used to be, even from the when I started like '96, you look at it then, and then you look at it now. How much it changed. I think we have to protect our resource now more so than show off our resource. That's a huge one right there.
But I feel like that's what. That's a hard one.
It's a tough one.
Do you not like cast to catch videos because it shows just too much?
You know.
But then again, how do you promote shit like that?
That's the catch-22. There's a difference of promoting. There's a difference in an ego trip.
Yes,
that's the biggest thing I find with that right there. But I've always like gone out of my way to give people, this is how you do it. This is how you do it. Cast right here. Here's my spot. So with cast to catch, the one thing I don't like about cast to catch, I think it's a beautiful thing because it weeded out a lot of people that were full of crap.
Right.
Because if you didn't catch,
I think internet kind of did that for itself, you know.
But cast to catch, it made people stress fish more. I think it's like you got a guy that doesn't have the right boat to sustain all these big fish in a live well. Now he's throwing every single thing he catches in there for a hero shot at the end of the day. I've seen it at Diamond Valley all the time. Guys will take their pictures at the dock, throw their fish back, fish go belly up. I have to go get them and needle them. They're already up at the top getting tagged. It's like, dude,
you've seen this happen multiple
visually.
Fuck,
I see it all the time, and it's people. They think that the bass are always going to be there. It's not going to happen. See, some coastal stuff is the same way.
But even over the last 6 years, do you feel like that lake's gotten way harder, more
very
pressure?
much so.
I mean, even for me as a drop shot fisherman, like that's what I was always doing: drop shot worms.
Yeah, you gotta work.
Jerk bait. Before I was like, oh, I'd go with my uncle, have a 30 fish day, 40 fish day. Now it's like, fuck, dude, I caught 10 fish today, or five. And I'm not a great angler by any means, but I'm wondering if that's for everyone.
Oh, it is. 100%. Like this has been the lake has dramatically got tougher, and we don't know why. It could be the flatheads. There's an overpopulation of flatheads in that lake. It could be the bait source. I mean, in my mind, there are big fish everywhere. There has to be. Where did they go? They didn't all die. Mm-hmm. I just think that fishing did get tough. Everybody's in the same boat right now, and it's just crazy to think like it's very important to protect the freshwater fish. Meat hunting kills.
Let's go back to your 17 that you had, or you thought.
I don't know if it was.
Okay, let's go back to that whole story. That was a great story.
Yeah, dude. So I ran over to the tire reef and stuff like that. I'm throwing the 250, and I was just covering water, floating with the wind because with aluminum boat you ain't gonna go against your props out of the water the whole time. So I'm going down the stretch and throwing. It was back when the cart first came out. I dotted it up like a brown trout because I was my deal for Diamond Valley. Going down the stretch, I'm walking on the surface. I'm watching these fish come up. I'm like, oh my God, hook one comes off. I'm like, oh, hook another one. Oh, this is back when it was good, dude, where you can legitimately catch 7 swimbait fish in a day.
Okay.
I connect with this fish, get him in, I'm like, oh my God, this is giant. Oh, this is the biggest fish I've ever seen in my life. I'm freaking out. I have a mini panic attack. I'm looking around, and I'm like, oh my God, no one saw me. This is awesome. Weigh it. The scale doesn't work. I'm like, shoot, what am I going to do? Weigh it again. Batteries. Scales work. So I pick up the scale. I throw it as far as I can in the lake. You know what I mean? I'm pissed. Look for another scale in the house. So I'm holding this fish. I'm like, live well, marina, live well, boat. I put it back in the water. So I made sure. God, and it was.
Did you measure it?
Hell no. I couldn't think that moment. When I catch it. I mean, see, the thing is with me and big fish is there's a lot of people that go straight to the ruler. They do girth measurements. It's a weigh a fish. Check it out. Get my nice picture. Put it back in the water. I don't want to put them in the live well, but my biggest one's 14.3. When you look at the picture to picture on it, it's bigger. But I'm never gonna claim it's bigger because I didn't weigh it. I can't do that. You can't guesstimate. You know what I mean?
No, I agree 100%. I mean,
I know it is. I can't do
14.3. How big's the record? Is It's John Curry's uncle.
It is
the true record now.
And
is it the true record now?
It will always be in my mind.
Well, I mean, Mike Long had it.
Yeah,
but then,
Mike Long's fish was interesting, and there's drama.
Were you there
then?
then?
When
he
Mike
caught
Long
that?
caught that one?
Were you there that day?
No, my friend was at a spot. They watched Long cruise over.
No way.
He sees him. He goes straight back and weighs that fish. But, you know, I didn't see it visually, so I'm not going to claim that's
Did you
what it
know,
was.
like, about Mike Long before? I'm sure everyone knew, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Back in the day, I mean...
Did you ever have any confrontations with him? Where you're like,
I've talked with him, and the first thing he said to me, the very first day I ever freaking met that guy, he was friends with this dude that I worked for at Boss Bait and Tackle, Chris Nelson.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Long comes in, and I'm like, that's Mike Long. Thinking to myself, and I didn't talk to him. I don't care. I don't approach people. And when he left, Mike Long's all like, what's up with your boy over there? And Chris is all like, nothing. And he's all like, I thought he would ask me a question about fishing or something, but he just stared at me and walked away.
I thought he'd ask to see my dick.
Yeah.
Right? That's how it is. It's like, hey, how cool am I?
He was there's so many stories, but there's so many rumors. We think all of them are true. Now everything's been proven. But yeah, that Curry's fish.
Yeah, right. That's the one.
And
how big was that one?
Oh shit! It was 14. Fuck, he's gonna kill.
So
John's gonna kill me.
Close.
Oh yeah, there's been like 3 or 4. I think there's been three 14-pounders caught.
Really, and you're one of them.
One of them.
Okay.
And
who's the other two? So is
there's
John's
a dude
uncle?
named Randy that didn't report it, but he caught one, and he's not an ego guy. He's just, I'm gonna catch a bunch of fish. I'm gonna do my thing.
You believe him?
Oh,
Like he has
trust
integrity.
him. I
like,
trust
yeah.
him.
Okay.
I don't doubt that guy.
Okay.
And then John.
Yeah. I mean,
Drumstick.
yeah. That's
a big one. I mean, when I caught mine, it was a total shit show. I'm throwing a swim bait. I come off a good stretch of catching fish, and I thought I was Joe bitching. That's what social media does for you. It makes you think you're way better than you actually are. So I was Joe bitching. I'm gonna hit my first spot. I'm gonna freaking back the boat up. Don't even tie it up. Just it's stupid. Get to my first spot, nothing's happening. Get to my third spot, nothing's happening. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, nothing. So I'm all like, I need to catch a fish. So I picked up a jig. I'm in the back of Rawson, and I hooked like a 4 or 5 pounder on a jig. I was like, oh, I forgot my GoPros. Maybe I should leave and go to the GoPros at the tackle shop and come back. And I'm like, I didn't get my GoPros, whatever.
So you've been through the phases. How about that? Like, the way you're talking about it is really cool because you probably got guys that are like, I got to put the GoPros up and record.
Oh, dude.
Nowadays,
I've been from the beginning
there.
to
You were there when you were
ego.
recording all the shit for the ego.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think really changed, though, the ego for you? Like, I mean, to me, I'm like, oh, you're You're kind of famous, like, to me, because I seen you fucking since Fishing Network
ago,
days.
Yeah.
So I know, oh, you're fucking catching big stripers, big bass.
Yeah.
You're a great fisherman. What made you go, man?
Okay, so at the very beginning, I was catching fish. I always told myself, I'm not going to lie to them. I'm going to give you exactly what I'm using. I have no fear. Mm-hmm. So I'd be throwing these reports up on Fishing Network, and that's when I started working at Last Chance Bait and Tackle. I've always been in the scene, but kind of on the back burner.
And here's another quick question, because you said something that popped in my head. You're going to show them everything you use.
Uh-huh.
Doesn't mean you could catch a fish with it, because you got to work it differently.
100%.
Correct? Like, that's what you're in your head.
For me,
like Eric Landisfine said the same thing. He's like, I'll post spots from calico fishing, but they might not do it the same. And that retrieval, that little bit of difference might be the game changer that you're doing, right?
Yeah, so for me, Bill Simmontel, back in the day, he was an inspiration of mine, along with Bill Murphy and a lot of other people and stuff like that. And he would never tell me how to fish. I've never been taught how to fish. Mm-hmm. Bill would always just point me in the right track. He'd say stupid things like, check out bees. And I'm like, bees? What the fuck are you talking about? And so I'm like stewing over this. He's all like, look at the V-wick, look at the shadows, look at the funnels. So for me, the way I fish and everything that I do is based around structural features and angles. Okay. So I can give you my brown jig that I hand-tied, my bait that I hand-poured. Dude, this is my jig. You want to use my rod, you can borrow my rod. Go over to that point, go catch some fish. I'm catching them in 25 feet of water, uphill retrieve. If they don't line up on spot, they're never going to get the bite.
Or even the way you work it. Like, dude, I can't mimic your signature right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're never going to. That's the thing where you got time on the water. That's why for me, it's like if I can shortcut it, and it changed over the years, if I can shortcut it for people and give them the tools to catch fish, to put in the work, I'm not going to give you the straight answer. I can't. There's no way it's possible. if I can give you the tools to help you get a bite, once you get a bite, that's going to help build confidence. Then you're going to work it harder. And you're going to figure out technique, what works for you. And that's the whole thing, you know?
Yeah. But no, I love that you say that, because my uncle fished bass. Everyone's heard this, bass backwards for like 30 years. And he's friends with a lot of dudes, like still with them. But he got me into, like, Irvine Lake is where I caught my first drop shot fish. This is 10 years ago. I have a video from those 720 like little things, and my kid's like 5, and I'm like, "Fuck yeah, get this fucking thing!" Like yelling at my kid, and it's a fucking 1 pound cow. I've been trying to catch a bass, get it. And he's like, you know, he was throwing like a red jig or something, and he's like, his buddy's catching. It was either him or his buddy, but he's like, "Here, take my fucking rod, catch him." Like we're fishing, and he said he couldn't do it. He grabbed the rod, did it again. And it was just because of that little,
the feel.
Feel. Like, you just have a different, you know, like you can't match that with someone else. No. I can't throw a bait the way you would, and you can't throw it the way Butch Brown's going to throw it. It's going to be a different,
100%.
You know,
that's when a lot of people, back at that time where I was starting to build confidence, more and more confidence, and I was catching swim bait. I was catching like 5, 6, 7 fish a day on the swim bait.
What year was this?
Early 2000s. I mean, I started in 96 and it was a struggle. I started putting the pieces together probably around 2001, 2002. And then I started to build confidence in angles, baits, water columns later on. But this is probably like between 2004 and 2000, whatever. I mean, I was catching a lot of fish, and I was doing it consistently on the toughest lake to fish in SoCal, in my opinion. And
that's DVL. Correct?
Oh, yeah. Okay. It's so hard to catch swim bait fish there. And it was crazy, and I started getting like, well, I'm catching fish. So I started to tell people, and they'd be like, "Oh, you're full of crap." I'm like, "Dude, here's my HUD. I mean, this is how I modified so many Huddleston's tackle shot.
Okay.
Changed them up and stuff for people. This is what I'm doing. I'm not going to say my way, because I'm not going to say that. But I rigged them up a certain way that worked for me, and I had the system, and I was catching fish. And I started going like, well, man, I'm catching more fish than anybody else. Hell yeah, I'm the stud. And then GoPros. I'm going to get this on film. This is cool. Then GoPros happened, and people started, "Hey, man, how's it going?" I'm like, I didn't think it was getting to be ego, but it was, because I started fishing for a picture. I didn't start fishing to put the pattern together. And then I got burned a couple years by some dudes I took out fishing. And I started like, "Fuck this guy, blah, blah, blah."
Like burned by like they took your spots? Or like,
yeah, okay. Or people that would ask me information and set up shop and poach them. So I started getting pissed. I'm like, this bullshit. Went even more lone wolf.
Was that like 2010-ish?
Yeah. Okay. That's when you start watching me fade off of the whole scene. I stopped talking about it.
But then you were still posting for on Fishing Network.
Always.
You were still, okay.
Yeah, so I started doing that, and I started thinking about it. I was like, why am I getting mad? Like, I caught some bait fish, cool. You know, after all, the whole goal for me was to show people. So why am I getting mad if they're doing it? So I started thinking, I was like, man, I gotta like cool my jets. So I took a break from swim baits for like 3 or 4 years.
Really?
I threw them, but I just never talked about. You watch me like not even post a picture of swim bait fish. People are getting kind of pissed, like certain people that I used to know. But I kind of sat there and I was like, dude, this is not the reason we do it. We do this to have fun, enjoy yourself, and catch the biggest fish we possibly can. So I went back conventional fishing, started doing some tournaments and stuff like that, getting my butt whooped again, learning how to fish again. And yeah, it was a trip. And I started realizing, I started taking a step back and like, dude, you don't need to be boat flipping 5-pounders and then doing a hero shot. Just have fun, enjoy it, be cool with everybody.
And here's a question for you. Do you think that this is a hard one to even say? So like a swim bait fisherman and then a conventional, you're always gonna pull the biggest weight with the swim bait, correct?
You know what's funny about that?
That's one I've kind of
I'm getting my ass waxed. I can go to a lake, and this is very egotistical to say, and we're talking about this, but you put me on a lake tomorrow with a swim bait, I'm going to catch a swim bait fish. I have that confidence. I know where to place.
But do you feel like it's your confidence bait more than it is swim bait fish? You know what I'm saying? As a tool, do you feel like that's your confidence tool? Like it would be a spinner bait, a Ned rig, whatever?
My confidence lies in above average size baits, whether it be a big jig, a big giant worm like a 10-inch worm, or a swim bait.
Okay.
I feel very confident fishing for 5 good bites. But tournament fishing, it's taken me 3 years to get my butt whooped to learn. Night tournaments a kick ass. I mean, we have fun at night tournaments. We catch a lot of fish, and it's a good time. Day tournaments, when you got to pull the spinning rod out, I learned on. I'm trying to go for 5 big bites on the toughest day of the week.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a very tough one because both aspects of fishing are incredibly hard to do, and it's crazy. I hate when swim bait guys say, "Oh, pull out the fairy wand," and I hate when tournament guys say, "Oh, there goes the swim bait for show." You know, it
It goes back and forth.
It's art. You know, both ways.
Yeah, no, I always wonder, like, yeah, and then there's guys that just swim bait fish only.
Yeah, I used to be that way. I mean, I went through everything and using swim bait as a tool for big fish to going literally all I want to throw is a swim bait, Roman made mother, every single day of the week. And you start thinking about that, like, why? Why not fish the tool when the tool is used? It needs to be used the best.
Yeah.
Like, pick up the worm if it's time for a worm. Pick up the swim bait if the wind's blowing. Why commit when the bite sucks?
Yeah, you know? But that could be ego.
Yeah, a lot of it is.
Right.
A lot of it is.
It's knowing, I guess.
I'm going to catch the biggest fish every day. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, that's cool, good for you, whatever.
Yeah. When did you start working at Last Chance? How'd that all come about? Because that's kind of what you're known for, right?
Yeah. I started working at a tackle shop in Temecula, Boss Bait and Tackle. Then it went to Blue Water Tackle, or Baja Vinny's. Then it went to Blue Water Tackle. And I wasn't really too stoked with that shop at that time. I was having some issues. I wasn't really happy. Started working at Last Chance. I can't even really remember. I think 2006, maybe 2008, something like that. So I've been there the whole time, and it's family there. I mean, we all fish. It's good people. The owners are great, Dan and Megan. And I mean, when they merged with Last Chance Performance Marine, right?
Yeah, I wonder how that's
it's together, but it's separate. So you got Megan and Dan, husband and wife. You got Mike Peterson, Lynn Peterson, husband and wife. Dan and them work over there. Megan, myself, and Anthony work at our tackle shop, Last Chance. And we actually got some big things that are going to be happening not so distant future with the two tackle shops. So I'm not going to say anything about it, but there's some cool stuff that's coming down the pipe that is
I mean, that's where I bought my boat. So they were very helpful, man.
We try the best we can.
They closed my wife real good. Mike is the owner from Last Chance.
Yeah, Mike and Dan, and then Lynn's in the office. Dan's over there rigging the boats and stuff.
And
like
Mike
that.
has glasses. He wears glasses.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's cool as shit, man.
Yeah.
He was real helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Like I said, that's if you're gonna go to a boat to buy a bass boat or anything, even mine. Like I fucking would go there for sure.
Yeah, we try really hard. I mean, it's one of those things where no matter where you go to buy stuff, you're gonna get some people that get weird about it, and there's some people that are super cool. But we all fish. We're good people. We're people. We're gonna tell you straight how it is.
Do you do the tournament stuff then too? Do you run it? Do you help run it?
No, I'm just I'm associated with them because of the tackle shop and the boat shop. So we fish them too. So usually night tournaments, I'm in charge of needle and fish and fish care and all that kind of good stuff. But I've known Mike and Lynn since I was probably 10 years old. And I literally went fishing with my dad in a tournament in San Diego, and there was a big table full of prizes, and they told me to pick a prize. I'm a little kid. There's reels over there. I wish I would have got that reel, but I got the prize for one free tournament entry. So I get the thing. I'm all happy. I'm like, tournament. I'm 10 years old, 12 years old, whatever. Come to find out, I had to be 16 in order to fish it. So I got my grandpa involved. I was like, hey, sit in the back seat. I want to fish this tournament. Let's do it. So I knew them from way back in the day. So it's all family.
You've been tournament fishing for how long?
Off and on here and there since I was little. You know what I mean? But
you never thought about like trying to go full on? Did you try to go full on?
No, not like that.
No.
I don't know where I lie in that tournament world. I mean, I'm kind of a lone wolf. In the last probably 3 to 4 years, I've really taken an interest in it because it's hard. Fishing, you start doing the same thing on the same lakes, fishing becomes easy. And then now I'm hitting this thing where I got a roadblock in front of me. It's like, dude, like, what do I have to do to catch fish? I'm capable. I have the tools. But I'm getting, I'm in the middle of the pack. It's on my home lake. Are you kidding me? I know where the 5-pounders live. And then I have to wait the whole season to the night tournaments to get up in the top 3. You know what I mean? What is going on? So now I'm like, I'm determined. I have to conquer this. I have to.
So you're just trying to figure out.
It's different mentality.
Yeah, like that's cool though.
You're going from big fish thinking of spot-on spots, outside edge structure spots, main lake points, wind blowing, all this kind of stuff, to now it's like, it doesn't matter about that. You just got to catch fish. And
when you're doing all this shit back in the day, there was no like YouTube really going on and none of that. So what did you do to kind of like...
How to learn how to do that stuff?
Okay, like what did you do? Like what's the homework you did? And this might help people
Oh yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, maybe try to do it on your own the way Matt kind of gave you the advice.
So I've always been in aluminum boats my whole life. Okay, we had a 16-foot aluminum low I learned on. Okay, all of a sudden Dime Valley
sounds like a good boat. Great boat.
It is a great boat. I mean, that thing hammered, caught some fish. Dime Valley Open, our motor was a 2-stroke. We bought an 18-foot, bass tracker. Okay, cool. Well, it was a 12-volt system. So I'd go on Diamond Valley and absolutely get my dick handed to me at 1 o'clock with the wind. So it's kind of funny because I'd have to learn how to use the wind to my advantage. And I started processing that wind-blown banks, wind at my back, throwing across the points, all this kind of good stuff. Started learning how to boat control. And I started paying attention to the composition of the shorelines. I'm like, okay, well, duh, wind blows from the west, the North Shore at Diamond Valley. That's where everybody got this whole, got to fish the North Shore. We used to beat it in people's heads. Wind-blown side is the rockiest side of every point. Okay, so why do they like the rocky side? Oh, it's structure. Oh, it's like creating turbulence, all this kind of stuff. So I started learning about that stuff, and I started like paying attention to where I caught my big fish. There was nobody to show me anything. I had a lake map of Diamond Valley.
Were you taking notes like in a...
you have no idea.
Like actually memo pad notes.
Memo pad notes of air temperature, water temperature. I fell in love with barometric pressures, and come to find out, it doesn't mean dick to me anymore.
Really?
Oh, there's so much.
A lot of guys still play off that though, right?
I think it's... You like obsess over it so much you start just feeling it now. I can feel the wind, look at the clouds or something like that, and like, okay, I know what's happened. The fish are out or suspended or whatever. But all this kind of stuff happened. Like I didn't get my first real good fish finders until probably 2006.
Wow.
HGS. I was fishing off of half the time. Like it would beat everybody's brains out. I would turn my fish finders off the whole entire day. I'd barely use my trolling motor. I shut a boat off 50 to 75 yards off my spot and drift in with the wind. I'd sit down and drift.
So here's a question
Stealth.
for you since you're talking about that. How much do you think that plays into a factor of fishermen having a fish finder, electronics,
it screws everything up.
Do you think it really fucks up the...
There's times and there's times it doesn't. Okay. So you felt the bottom of your transducer, right? You actually leave it on. You're like, what is that ticking noise? You feel it. You know what I mean? When you come into an area, you got a clear body of water, okay? Everybody's got the tools to use to catch fish. You know what I mean?
Gotta take a drink of that silver bullet, bro.
So everybody's got the tools. They got the right swim baits. They got all this stuff. So now you're going into a zone where everybody knows, when they used to stock fingerling trout at the West Dam in Diamond Valley, the West Lawn Trap, it was the best bite on the century. Stripers, largemouth, whatever. So you got everybody shooting there in the morning. So think about it. You get conditioned to this. The boat pulls in there, click. Now you got then you got people slamming deck lids, and you got all this splash, splash, splash. So it's the same thing. Like I always try to use like metaphors or whatever, or analogies when I talk fishing to my customers. Is like you're sitting in your driveway drinking beers, you and your buddies, you're hanging out there. You see a car drive by, you don't think about that car. All of a sudden the car drives back by. You're like, oh, that's the same car. Maybe maybe go and pick somebody up. Drives by again. Why the heck's he driving by? Comes back a third time. Dude, something's up. So you stand up and you start walking down the street like you want to fight. You know what I mean?
Are you here? Whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
So I'm out, bro.
Yeah. So you think about that. Same car driving by. So these fish know motor noise, shut down, click, clack, splash on the same exact angle because everybody only knows how to throw at the bank and pull it out. You know what I mean? I think these fish get conditioned and it plays a huge factor. So I started sitting way out looking at the wind. Even if the wind was setting up wrong for how I wanted my angle to be, I would go over here, let the wind push me to make that perfect angle for 1 to 3 casts, no more, no less.
Oh, fuck. So when you set up, you're only doing 3 or 4 casts.
I don't beat my water up. So I come up on my spot. This is one thing where Bill Simmental kind of like talked to me about it. He called it the casting concepts and stuff. He's like, why show the fish too much? You don't have to sit there if you know the fish are there. Make your casts. Make 3 to 5 perfect casts. If you don't get bit, bounce. Who cares if there's a 10-pounder?
Even if you come up on a new spot, so like say I come up, I'm like, oh, this looks fishy. 3 cast where you think they might live and then take off.
So say you got a point like this. Or actually, let's say that's the point right here.
Okay.
And the shoreline comes around right here. So I'm going to come up like this. My first cast is always going to be across the point, pulling uphill into my cover. I'll use my momentum of that trolling motor to pull me out. And I'm going to make 1 cast here. Then I'm going to let that boat drift me because I'm wind blowing over here. I make 1 cast out, pull it uphill. Always
so you're making a triangle on that.
Yeah, so I can cover the maximum amount of ground with as few as casts possible so I don't beat the fish up.
Yes.
That's the whole method. Guys will come up to that point. Cast.
Oh, I fucking do it. I'm not. I mean, I go fan
or
cast.
Or you pull up like this and you cast to the tip and pull it out. So think about what you're doing. you're doing nothing to help you.
Yes.
The only thing where a fish can ambush and block against is your shadow edge and your boat. So it's like by pulling it up on that point, making that long cast out, you're making that bass feel like it's accomplishing its goal. He knows that he has no hands. He has to pin stuff against stuff. So always make your bait, come into stuff.
Did you learn? Did he kind of give you that tip, Bill?
He never directly said, "Hey, do this, try this. Here's a bait."
Did you fish with Bill a lot?
I've never fished with him once. I've met him. I've known
just
him.
talking to him. Just
Dude,
being
I've met
like,
him since
yo.
02. My buddy, Mike Nemec, he kind of helped me a little bit, like showing me different technique. And he introduced me to Bill. I talked with Bill. Bill blew my freaking mind at TGI Fridays in Temecula. He's holding a glass. He's holding a plate. He's holding a napkin. He's like, "How would you fish that spot?" And I'm like, "Dude, you're holding a napkin, a glass, and a plate. There ain't no spot right there." And he's all like, "Well, there's the sun. Here's the napkin. There's a shadow. And that plate is a point.
Yeah.
Where would you fish?" I'm like, "Oh, shit, that fish is going to ambush right there." He's all, "Exactly." So I go to the lake and practice those concepts, and that's how I learned it. And I started paying attention. It's notes. You would not believe how many hours I spent on that water to learn that lake because there was no resource for it. Now, what I'm finding is by taking a step back, I'm paying attention more and cooling my jets, and I don't care about the ego thing. I'm over that. I watch people, and I was like, man, people are getting spoon-fed. There should be no reason fish aren't getting caught right now. Now it's just applying the knowledge.
So what do you think that is? I mean, like, now that you're getting spoon-fed, everyone could look on YouTube. Everyone can find shit wherever they want.
Oh, yeah.
Why aren't the fish being caught much
I don't
more?
think people get it.
Do you think the fish got smarter or the people just got lazier?
People got lazier, hands down.
Okay.
Fish are fish. You can still catch a fish on a brown plastic worm on 6-pound test, 1/8 ounce bullet weight. You know what I mean? There's a method to it. I mean, and fishing did get tougher, but the way people are now, if it doesn't happen immediate, they can't hang with it and they bounce. Or they don't understand the thought process of why that fish was positioned there and where he wants to ambush on that individual spot. People look at a shoreline and go like that wall right there. They're just like, "Oh, I'm just going to cast down the shoreline with my swim bait." You blew 20 feet of bullshit cast before you got to your ambush point. No wonder that fish bounced. Make 3 casts right there. Get out of there. Come back in the afternoon when conditions shift. Shadow line comes down. There's so many things. I could write a book on that. You know what I mean?
No, I get it. I mean, it's very interesting. That's why
it's all angles and positioning and perfect cast and regulating your depths. And there's methods to it. So
then when you kind of like... what you said, like your ego, like you're like, "I'm fucking an idiot.
Oh yeah,
I'm fucking done doing this." Was that was right when you started tournament fishing again? And like,
I took a break and I was like, dude, I just want to set the hook. You go swim bait fishing to be a hero, but dude, it's like you got to put like 8 hours in a day, get one bite. Yeah, it was cool. I mean, that was the whole goal before, but 8 hours in a day, it's like I kind of just want to get on a point, sit on my ass on a pedestal seat, and shake a worm and catch 40 fish. Just hook them, And so I did that for a little bit. I got back into saltwater more because I was always in the saltwater younger. I got my kayaks again because I used to kayak a lot before. Beat up the yellowtail out of La Jolla. Had some fun. Got a skiff. Went out there and caught my personal best yellow 50-pounder on the surface iron out of La Jolla. Stud fish. And then I was like, I kind of want to go tournament fishing. So I started doing that with my boss, Dan. And it's always been one of those things where he doesn't have a whole lot of time to fish. And I'm always thinking I want to catch big fish. So we always got to kind of get to the lake and go, okay, we got to figure this out. And right now I'm kind of having fun with the tournaments because it's so much harder than swim bait fishing in my mind. Way harder. There's so much more that goes into it. You can't just afford to waste a whole day to get a bite.
You really think that? It's that much?
10 times harder than swim bait fishing.
Wow.
Swim bait fishing, truthfully, swim bait fishing is extremely simple. The problem everybody has with swim bait fishing, and people are going to talk crap on me probably online for this, but prove me wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's identifying the part of the water column in their forage base and making the perfect cast on the right spots. That's swim bait fishing.
So do you think that if you just swim bait fish, it doesn't make you a well-rounded angler? So this is what I had. My idea of this was I talked to on another episode. There's different types of genres of fishing, kind of like music. I'm comparing it to that. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like swim bait fishing its own genre.
Yeah, 100%
right?
it is.
Nowadays, it's like this is. I don't
is.
give a shit about drop shot anything. This is what I care about.
Yeah.
This is swim baits, and that's all.
Problem with swim baits is fishing is fishing. Bill told me a lot of years ago. He's all baits change, but techniques stay the same. So your 10-inch plastic worm is a 10-inch Huddleston. You're dragging it across the bottom. Same thing, same technique. And it's the thing with swim baits. There's so many choices, but your selection is really not. I mean, there's so many more variables that go into catching just a fish than going out there and grinding all day for a big bite. You know you're going to get a bite eventually if you place the cast right. With the plastic worm, it's like now you would think it'd be easier because there's more of those size fish. But, dude, it's so much harder. Like, I can grind a Hud around Diamond Valley. We'll catch a fish this afternoon if you want to go with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's like go to Diamond Valley and go shake a worm and figure out the color, because now you got size of worm, you got color, you got fall rates, you got this, you got that, you got downside angles, you got whether they're eating sculpin, they eating bluegill instead of just eating bass and bluegill or trout. Like, they're both difficult, but I think tournament fishing is way harder. So much more mental game.
And makes you way more, like when Kelly, I kind of liked him going, it's a tool. It's a tool I use.
Sometimes it's a tool. Has to be in that.
That's what it has to be. But again, some guys are like, I don't give a fuck about drop shotting.
Which, dude, that's cool. I was that way. It's like if you caught enough 2-pounders, you're probably sitting there going like, well, I don't want to catch another freaking Ica fish and a Senko fish. I want to catch a big one.
See, I'm impatient. I'm very fucking impatient. So I could throw that swim bait for an hour and be like, all right, dude, I just want to fucking catch something. I'll get, like, and I guess I don't have a lot of time. So like when I go,
it's when you throw it. That's the biggest thing.
This year. I'm after I finish my boat, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna dedicate time to going to the lake during the week.
Dude, it's actually easier than you think. It's the thing that people screw up with is they limit themselves to the timing that they throw their swim bait. They think morning.
I don't think so.
I hate swim bait fishing in the morning. The best part about the morning about the swim bait is the shadow edge. Once the shadow edge is gone, like my best time, like
2 or 3,
dude, like not even. Like this is the trippiest part about the whole thing.
Oh fuck! You're giving it away, guys. Listen,
I'll
listen
freaking
good.
tell everybody. I don't even care. My number one month to catch big bass on a swim bait at Diamond Valley is April.
Okay.
It's the post spawn, not the pre spawn, not the winter, not the trout stocks. It's the middle of the bullshit time. And my prime times are generally between 10 and 1 o'clock. That dull time where the wind gets. I've caught probably 80% of my biggest bass at a diamond at that time. And the way I can attribute that to is I suck at bottom bouncing swim baits. It's just not a tool for me. I don't have confidence doing it. I'm upper level fishing fast, or I'm suspended. I target suspended fish. That's the way I catch most of my fish at diamond. Is I'm fishing off the bank, and I'm fishing. It's either high and tight, Huddleston's on the bank, burning triple trouts, whatever, or it's sitting out fishing fish that are 40 over top of 60, 40 over top of 80. So what happens when the shadow line goes away and the sun's vertical? Those fish are either going to be in the trees up there, or they're going to pull out on the suspend off those treetops. If the wind's blowing, I'm going to be high and tight burning baits. But if it's flat calm, those big fish are going to seek security and get on those trees. So I'll park in some of these coves, and I used to use my outboard on my tracker as my power pole. I'd like lift trim up and I'd dump that lower unit in the mud, and I'd fire bomb cast out there. Well, I get the cast out there and trolling where it come up, back up in the dirt, and you know what I mean?
Fuck, dude.
And to sit there with literally like ROF 1 or ROF 3 Huddlestons and sit there and just count them down, like count like 5 minutes and sit there and just turn the handle this slow.
No way.
And you'd be sitting there. I'd be sitting Indian style on the deck of the boat, just turning my handle. Like weird stuff. I mean,
just waiting to see what happens.
And you catch fish. I have one tree that the only way they bite on it in this one cut is if you bomb a cast out into like 60, 80 feet of water, get it down to where you think, because you don't fucking know if you're like 40 feet. Give me a break. It's a bunch of horse shit. That's the swim bait, like I'm a stud mentality. You don't fucking know. But throw it out there, count it down, and slow roll it. And I would pull these fish that are suspenders off these trees, and it'd be like, damn, there's some big ones out there. But yeah, later than you would think in the year.
And you know, talking about that shadow, like last year, Charles put me on my. I've talked about this a fucking million times, but he put me on my big swim bait fish, and I think it was like 6, 7.
Great fish.
And there were stripers blowing. I just wanted to catch one, so we're fishing, and I remember Charles going, "See that shadow right there? Cast over there." And I'm doing the same shit. Just fucking reeling. I'm like, yeah, okay. It's like we're ready to kind of go. It's like, oh, it's like fucking 11.
No, it's probably like
fucking bam. I'm like, oh shit. You know, and I'm like, I saw it. And then we go to another shadow, another one.
Same thing.
I was like, dude. And I mean, when I don't think about it, but now like you're talking about it, I'm like,
dude, shadows are hard edges. So
I mean, yeah.
the 5 key structural elements that you need to focus on is points, ridges, creek channels, humps, and flats. It's a simple thing. That's where big fish live. Points, ridges, creek channels, humps, and flats.
When you had your fish finder, were you going around like looking for humps, just driving around?
I would do whatever I could just to figure it out. So I was using topo maps and seeing if I can actually find it, because I'm like, I learned off a line of sight. That's how I taught myself how to fish, and my dad taught me when I was younger. Hillside, rock, tree, stay in the middle of it. And it's like, I learned by losing baits. I learned by just looking at my fish finder and seeing. I used to think humps were in the middle of Diamond Valley, and it was just long tapering points. I was an idiot. You know what I mean? Until I really started breaking it down, I was like, he's fucking bonehead, dude. You just came over that spot and came back over the spot, and you think it's a fucking hump. You come back from this side, but you didn't check the other side. It's a point. There's a point. You know what I mean? But yeah.
So when you were learning shit like that, did you go like, when you got a really good fish finder, were you like, oh, I'm going to fucking drive around here and just mark.
Dynamics. And
yeah.
This is one thing that kind of pissed me off recently, because for the longest time, like I'm pretty savvy with computers and like thinking outside the box and weird thoughts. Like when Google Earth, like this has probably been like 9 years. That's probably been over 10 years ago. I found a way a long time ago to go the geocaching type stuff, to learn how to convert data off of Google Earth and put it onto this, and I put it to my fish finder. So this was like years ago, and people were tripping out. I was such a geek with this. All I do is fish. So I go on Photoshop and I get a Google Earth image, and I get the DVL topo map and overlay the two together. That's my first step. I was like looking at how contour lines associated with points and how they broke off. There's a rock right there. I can use that. Then I went to Google Earth. I was like, well, fuck, there's a rock right there. Let me see if I can put a pin mark on there. Oh, I could put it on my fish finder. So I put like a bunch of it on Diamond Valley. And I looked at my other map that showed every fish over 10 pounds I have caught out of Diamond Valley, which is several. And I looked, I was like, whoa, dude, there's a correlation to where I'm catching these fish, time of year, and cover. And I'm like,
so time of year, when you say that, were you documenting each one time of year, everything?
Oh yeah, dude. Like I went to like my
fucking guy, dude. You're hard,
dude. It was
you're good.
It was so stupid. I mean, it taught me a lot, but you can't rely everything on it. But dude, I get them. I saved my stubs on the back. I'd write some stuff on there. I had a stack of these things in my truck like that. Stinky ass truck with food all over the floor, like pizza boxes and beer bottles in there.
Sounds like my truck,
dude. It was horrible. But I used to have. Oh yeah, you don't even want to know. But anyway, I'd go there and I would come home and write the date. I'd write the temperature. Best of my recollection, it didn't have to be identical, but I'd start looking at it, and people talk about, I can review my data. It's like, well, by writing it down, you imprint it in your head, and you start realizing that, oh man, it's cold. Like, so I can feel temperature and go like, oh look, ripple. Temperature, shadow, it's coming from a different angle. I should be over there right now. It helped like make it instant, you know. Dude,
no, I mean that's crazy. Like I've had a couple guys. You know who Eric Johnson is? He's a pudding stone guy.
I do. Yeah, I know.
But he's a saltwater. He's a math teacher.
I think I know who that is.
He fucking did kind of what you did. He would drive around in the ocean. Just fucking mark fucking
You have to know what you're fishing.
And this is before anything happened, and he was winning all the saltwater bass tournaments that way. Mm-hmm. And when he's talking, I'm like, oh my God, dude, you're so fucking smart.
It's like, why are you going to go to the spot and just fish? Why don't you want to know you're fishing a rock pile. Dude, there's a tree line, a boulder, there's a shad school over here, but you want to fish that rock you know about.
And it's like these are things I guess maybe you wouldn't think about nowadays because you have so much at your hands.
Side scan, dude.
Side scan. You have fucking. Do you think this is cheating? A lot of this new shit.
Oh hell yeah! I mean, we'll see. Absolutely yes, but you still got to catch them. But check this out. So we're fishing a night tournament. It's our last one of the season. I'm on the dam at Diamond Valley because we were on a pretty good bite and everything like that. I'm throwing a crankbait, this deep ass crankbait I got. One of my custom paint jobs. Mm-hmm. Going down in, I'm like 19, 22 foot of water, banging bottom. And we got the new Garmin on there, the freaking...
it's a 10, 12?
That freaking Panoptics with the perspective view. So I'm shooting out like 60, 80 feet. And I can see my bait. I'm like, yeah, that's my bait right there. That's awesome. I watch a fish come up behind it. I'm staring at my fish right now, not looking at the water. I watch this fish come up. It dips out. Rip, rip. Give it a direction change. The fish comes back up. It ditches out. It's like, burn, 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 rip, rip, stop. I watch that fish come up and eat the bait on the fish finder without looking in the water. If I would have never had that fish finder, I would have never seen that fish to make that decision. And that was like a 6-pounder or big fish of the night. I would have never been able to make that adjustment. So it's like the technology now, there is almost, I mean, it's insane how much hard work we had to put back in the day to what it's, you don't even have to know how to fish. Turn a fish finder on, and you're going to find them. I was watching bluegill swimming around a tree with that thing. It's insane. So kind of did make it easier for everybody. It took the Dick Trask or those old dudes that knew their structure spots and knew how to work a bait and all that kind of stuff.
It maybe took the your imagination, I'm gonna say, out of it, because you got to think of how it's gonna look down there,
dude,
work it.
It's given so much new dynamic to what the spot actually looks like. Like I'm finding stuff where it's like I swore it was rocks, but it's trees. Do
you have that Garmin then?
Not on mine. I still run 2002 HGS with my structure scan, my big old puck hanging off the back. Half the time I don't even turn them on.
What do you have? What boat do you have right now?
Tracker, 18-foot tracker.
What did you have before that? You had a nice.
Well, so I've always had the tracker, and then I got put on pro staff with the boat shop over there, so I had a chance to run like 4 or 5 skeeters. It was bitching boats. So I got to see it from. Like, literally, I never have nice things in fishing. It's like, dude, I grew up fishing $39 Shakespeare's and pistol grips, and I finally got good stuff. But anyway, I got this boat, so I'm like, okay, there's no excuse. I got this tool. It's amazing what you can do with a boat that 100% works and doesn't break every time you take it out.
And the run. So, what motor do you have on the tracker right now?
90 horse Merc 2002.
Okay, what did you have on the skeeter?
250 show, dude. I was bet your ass. So I'm doing 42 on a good day, downwind on the lake with a tracker. Every day I drove the skeeter, I was running 72 just because I could. And I was sitting there, I almost ate shit one time. Probably get in trouble for saying this, but I'm like, I watched these videos of skeeters and high speed turns. I didn't realize how much the boats will bite in the turns. So I'm going, man, I hooked it, and I almost put myself over the console. And I was like, okay, respect the tool.
Calm down.
I'm going to go 20 miles an hour to this rock. I was like, that's a big motor.
No, I mean, and you got to run. You got to cover a lot more ground when you got that boat, right? I mean,
it changed everything with having those electronics. It brought new dynamic to my spots. So I've canceled so many spots I thought were good out. Because now I visually was able to see it with the good units. I'm like, dude,
it's like, no.
There's nothing there. I just got lucky and caught that fish off a stick.
How much do you think luck plays into?
It's huge. Luck is everything. I mean, you got to have the skill to understand and have the mental capacity to understand how to fish that spot or how to position on that spot. But, dude, you don't know what you're going to cast. It's like going to the ocean and throwing a sardine.
Yeah.
It's like you go to Catalina and throw a sardine in kelp edge. You might catch a rat, yellow calico, barracuda, bonita, sea bass. It's like luck is huge, but skill and luck need to be together.
Did you focus on stripers ever, just only?
For a while, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I got all crazy on those things because it was like a yellowtail, and I wasn't fishing.
What was your big striper?
33.
Out of
Diamond Valley on a punker. Way. 10 o'clock in the afternoon on a lunker punker, no net. So
how did you get that fucker in?
Dude, this is bonehead move. So I get this thing. We're over at the West Launch Ramp. We're fishing. The water was low. There's that little rock jetty that comes out. I fire the punker out there, walking it. I used to fish it fast as hell, so it would be under the water, submarining and stuff. I get blown up. It's a big one, whatever. I'm fishing with this dude. I let him run the boat because he was throwing some other bait of mine. So I get this thing up the side of the boat. I'm asking for help, and he hooks up. And I'm like, fuck, this is a big one. So this fish is sitting on the surface, like dog bone in the punker. Mm-hmm. My dumb ass grabs the punker like this and grabs the tail of the fish and like nutted up and held it and threw it in the boat. Like, oh, stupid. And I was upgrading my hooks to like gnarly ass. All the thing I would have got. Oh,
you've been done.
Oh yeah, but I got the fish. Give a shit. I ate that son of a bitch too.
Did you eat it?
Oh fuck yeah.
Oh, that's the best part of the story. I ate that
son of a bitch. I used to kill every striper I caught. Why? Because I could.
Fuck, dude.
But looking back, I fucking hate stripers. But damn, they make good fish tacos. She ate the shit out of them. But
someone's
anyway,
get real mad.
I guarantee you. But check this out. So back at that time, there was more 20-pounders to go around. 15. I don't give a shit if people get pissed. What are they gonna do? 15 to 20-pound stripers were everywhere. So every morning we catch like 5, 6 of them. And there was a couple of us that were always on the bite. It was so easy. You throw a punker across the point and catch a fish.
Not anymore. Huh?
Not anymore. So we look back and we're like, ooh. We killed off this thing.
All the big ones.
And then we taught everybody how to do it too. So, we directly influence the bite. Maybe. I don't know. But we should have protected the resource. That goes back to the very beginning. Protect your resource.
Yeah, it is what it is.
But I love eating stripers. I'll kill one tomorrow if I could.
I think, what did we catch? I caught a Well, I was at Skinner with this guy Jose. He works at Save-On. He's the real maintenance. He's a big junkie.
I might know him. He probably come in the tackle shop before.
Yeah, he took my low to Skinner, and I just got a punker, and I threw it on a Calcutta. I think it was a 300 TE.
Yeah.
Fucking backlash. So I'm fixing it. I'm like, fuck. He goes, hey Nick, I think I got a big one. And I'm like, all right, let me get the net. Fucking 19 pounder at Skinner. And I'm like, this was last year.
19 at Skinner?
Yes.
That's a big fish for
So
Skinner.
I was like, oh fuck, my net holds a 10 pounder. It doesn't hold anything.
Tails
I had to
all out of it.
flip, dude. I had to flip that bitch in like boom, and I'm looking at it like fuck. I put it on Instagram. You can see it, but it was fucking huge.
That's a big fish for Skinner. I mean, that lake's got giants. Like right now, I probably shouldn't bring any more people to Skinner, but I mean, the striper bite's off the charts right now. I mean, you can throw top water. You can throw. I mean,
if you're not fishing DVL, what's your next favorite lake to fish?
Well, my heart's always San Diego. That
Really?
before Diamond, it was just Skinner and Paris, and I grew up fishing those lakes, whatever. But I'm a San Diego rat.
Really?
Most people don't know that about me. They think I'm Diamond Valley striper, large.
That's what I thought. Only
So my heart is dirty water, El Cap, and Hodges. Otay can go kick rocks, screw all the other lakes. Literally, for me, San Diego is El Cap and Hodges. It's crawdad lakes, man. I can throw a jig all day long, Texas crawbait, throw a crank. Wolford was the place, though.
God, I love Wilford.
That place.
Did you go rent the boats there?
No, we used to launch a boat back in the day. So back in the day, like you can launch out there, and that was a playground. Like,
I'm gonna ask you about one more lake. I caught my
dude.
PB on there.
Which one?
It's called now I'm gonna fucking Henshaw.
Henshaw. That.
This was a while ago. I think it was a way
That's
better.
almost a no comment one.
Hey,
So check it out.
Dwayne said the same thing. Diego, he's like, yeah, Henshaw. He's like, yeah.
Well, think about it, dude. What do people go to Henshaw to catch? They go out there
Crappie
to
and
fly
carp.
fish for carp
Yeah.
and whatever, spearfish. I don't know if they can like shoot those things.
Have you been there lately?
No, I want to
my
very, very
God.
badly.
Dude, I went there.
Can you launch?
Yes, I took my boat.
Let's do this.
But listen, the structure, the trees, it's like
Did you go fish the creek channel down by the other side of the lake?
everywhere.
Yeah.
It just did nothing produced. It was like you would be in 10, everything was like 4
Dude,
to
it's
6.
just like Elsinore. It's the same kind of
Yeah,
features.
and I'm like, dude, it is so
Kind of.
fishy, so fishy. And you don't, they spray your boat down, so they come and they go, where you been?
They charge you like $30 for
I don't
it
give
too.
a fuck, dude.
You
If
just
I
wanna go
drove,
fishing.
I drove fucking 100,000 miles. I fucking barely awake. But the good thing is they sell beer at the fucking. So that was a plus. But yeah, I love. I'm gonna go back there soon because that's where I caught my 7-pounder. That's my big
Yeah.
fish that I caught a spinnerbait fish. So I mean, that place I like a lot, Henshaw. But again, yeah, a lot of crappie, a lot of fucking guys fishing carp and the fucking bow and arrow, whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
they
those
do.
dudes are nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to try it. I'll shoot the crap out of one. I mean, we all want revenge on those bastards. Like, go to Paris and look at them. They're like freaking 40, 50 pounds.
You don't
know?
fish up north at all? Castaic, Casitas, none of those?
I grew up fishing a little bit of Casitas. Castaic, I fish lower lake, lagoon, or whatever. But never really. I'm usually... I love the river. I would live out there in a heartbeat. If I go tomorrow, I could. We actually got a tournament next week, which I'm stoked on. We can get out there. It's a championship. But from pretty much the river south, I'm pretty much everywhere. Generally, it's Diamond Valley just because it's our home lake. I got to support it, at the shop and stuff. But I've been fishing Hodges lately, and that's been a blast.
Yeah, that's
They're
nice.
chewing down there.
Yeah.
Eating the jig, eating the Texas
Taking the
rig.
tracker down there.
Oh, yeah. I finally got it back because I've been running the Skeeter, so it's like, why am I going to take that thing out? So everything started breaking. I'm like, oh, my gosh.
Why are you done with the Skeeter? You're just using tracker now?
We sold them.
Okay.
So they're basically memo boats. So you get to use them, whatever, clean them, take care of them. We sell them to people, and then you just wait for the next year. Right now, the industry is so out of whack right now.
Dude, are you guys pretty stocked up? Or
Well, here's the deal. It's funny. This is the funniest part. So we had a tough couple years. I mean, everybody knows it. Everybody's talking, We had a tough couple years, and no one wanted to, and no one's going to go to Diamond when the bite sucks. Pay $30 to go launch your boat. So it's like, dude, where else are they going to go to come to Hemet? Mm-hmm. It's like they're going to go to Paris. Well, they can get to Paris without going through Hemet. They can get to Skinner or whatever. So we had a tough couple years where we were struggling. We're like, dude, I don't know. I mean, should we even do this anymore? And all of a sudden COVID hits and we're like, fuck, now we're going to just pack it up. And then it came to the point where everything shifted. We started seeing the loyalty with our customers again after how much we've given to them. They've been giving back to us, and we're booming right now. We're doing like literally over 10 grand in orders a week, and by the time the next order comes in, we sold out.
And I seen even just going to tackle shops, reels are gone, bro. Everyone has no fucking reel. I'm like, wow.
It's one of those things right now with the reels. You go on Shimano's website or Daiwa's website, yada yada yada, and you're like, fuck, dude. February, November. So we're sucking whatever we can up right now. Like literally, we don't even care if it's $20. We're gonna sell that son of a bitch because people want to buy it right now. There's so many new fishermen. It's the only thing you can do. But
and you guys do a lot of swim baits like that you can't really get at other tackle shops, right?
That's true. It's changed a little bit over the years for being able to get that stuff though, because now it's like, well, before we can order like 20, 30 baits at a time. But now there's so many more people getting into the swim bait world, so now it's divvied up amongst so many more stores. So unless you just want to write a check for some stupid amount of money, like Tackle Warehouse can, you know what I mean? Which you can't blame them.
Have they fucked you guys a little? I mean, truthfully,
no,
it's like Amazon did to someone else. It's like, dude, free shipping after $50.
We do the same thing.
You do?
Our online store.
Oh,
it's lastchancetackle.com, and that's a work in progress. So if you pop on there and it sucks, I'm working really, really hard on getting it fixed up. And it's www.lastchancetackle.com. And I mean, if you can't find it there, call me at the shop. I'll pull the order myself. You know what I mean? But anyway, what it is we learn at first we're like, dude, they're killing us. But we started learning that they have their own lane. We have our own lane. We have our little niche to our local guys. We're expanding. We have a lot of guys we sell to back east.
But I think like for that area,
like inventory.
Who do you have? Well, even tackle shops. Who would be the next one down? East County.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, but that's a huge area to cover. I would say
that's why it doesn't really. That's why it doesn't really, it doesn't piss me off or anything like that, because they got their lane, we got our lane. You got, Save On, Performance Tackle,
and they're all down here.
You got Longfin. They all got each of us have our own little lane where we pull from different regions. If guys from up here are going to go down there, even the guys at the tackle shop, that's with me. I got no hate for any tackle shop. You know what I mean? Because we all visit each other. We all know how it is. It's like a brotherhood in a way, you know what I mean?
And no one's, I don't think, stepping on anyone else's feet. Like, that's your domain up that way. It's like, if I think of DVL Paris, I'm going to go to Last Chance.
I think San Diego,
East County, Up here, I think Save On, Performance. If I'm going Miss Longfin, The
one thing I'm noticing, though, is every region has a hot lake or a hot bite that people want to go to. So it's like one year, you might find out like San Vicente. San V opened that one year. It's like, well, shit, dude.
Oh, you were there the first day, right?
Dude,
I saw that video. I saw that video. So you launched.
Dude, we launched the boat. We backed off. Didn't even drop the trolling motor. San Diego Times is right there, or whatever the magazine or the newspaper, Union Tribune or something like that. Dude, I put like 15, 20 fish and 15 to 20 casts in a row, bouncing and freaking out, figure eight and fish on deep cranks.
How big were the fish?
They weren't that big. They were like 2 to 4 pounds.
Dude,
but it was like
you were going off though, like you weren't even.
Guys were leaving, and I'm sitting there mopping. I'm like, dude, get that bait in the water. Didn't even matter what color. I'm like tagging like that, hanging off my bait, retying like tag ends, all twisted in my hooks. Dude. The guy's like, "What's your name?" It's like Matt Magnone, and he's all like, "Oh, you're gonna be in the paper." I'm like, "Yeah." Like, go across the lake.
Was it like that the whole day?
Dude, my first spot, I put a Mega Bass top water bait on there. I bombed that thing out as far as I can. I watched a bass, like a 4-pounder, come out of the water like 3 feet. I'm like, oh, it's going to be a good day. Pick up a buzzbait. The next cast right on a rock. Catch one that's like 2.5, 3. And then it was like, I didn't care. I was losing all my baits because of the trees. I was like, I don't even give a shit. Tie another one on. There's one.
Hey, that day cost you $500.
Oh, dude. Every crankbait I brought, gone in the trees. So someone collected them.
But I mean, it was a good.
Ridiculous. But
have you ever fished Matthews?
Yes, I have.
Really?
In a boat.
What do you think of that lake?
Not as good as everybody thinks.
Are you fucking serious?
Dude, I'm gonna tell you right now. I swear to you, everybody's like, "Oh, Matthews, it's the best. Like stripers all day long, that big." Okay, so we did it with Fish and Game. You know what I mean? And I don't even know if I'm supposed to say it, but it's striper eradication. You know what I mean? You're helping a fishery, blah 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 blah.
Killing stripers.
Everybody knows that goes on. So. Anyway, we were able to do it, which was cool. We're invited, not supposed to. You're invited, cool, whatever. And Bet your ass, I tried to fish for bass, and yeah, I caught some fish. But I'll tell you right now, it's for the people that are trying and thinking about sneaking into Matthews. I'm not trying to protect it because I give two shits about it.
Yeah.
The lake ain't that good. It's not what you think. You can catch a lot, but you're gonna catch. It's stunning. There's a lot of fish for body of water.
Small.
Go to pay the money. Go to a regular lake, catch a big one.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to catch like a 10-pounder or something.
No, I
like
thought
that.
the same thing. Like I've heard so much about it.
Oh, sneak in. So number one, you sneak in. You got to go through the fences.
Hey, Corona Lake's closed now too.
So Corona Lake, I want to kick myself in the
It's been
nuts.
closed for a while now, right?
Dude, yeah, because it almost dried up. I want to kick.
It's filled up a little now.
I think so.
You're probably fishing it now, you son of a
No,
bitch.
I want to. Let's do that. I want to do something. But anyway, when it was open, I'm an idiot. I didn't go there, but I had buddies that were going there wrecking it.
When it was open.
Oh yeah,
No one's fishing bass though, right?
No, they were fishing bass. We were a buddy of mine, real good friend of mine, Greg Underwood. Him and I went out there one year. We were gonna go to Diamond, but we decided not to. We go straight to Corona. Like, oh, dude, we're gonna catch a giant one. Might even catch a sturgeon on a jig. All this kind of stuff. So we go launch the boat over there, and it's a Saturday night. So we get to the lake, and there's people everywhere. We're like,
You could
what
have
the-
boats on Corona Lake.
Oh yeah, back in the day,
They
you
had
could.
rentals.
So we went up this busted ass launch ramp, get in the water. We're like, where are we gonna go? And I'm looking around. The whole lake's littered with pontoon boats, some rinky dink bullshit. Everybody's fishing catfish. So we go to one side of the lake, dodging boats to get there. We're like, oh, it's gonna be on shad everywhere, fish everywhere. I go to throw a Johnny Rat out there, a big rat bait. In midair, I watch a bird. I'm casting like this. This bird comes off the bank,
Oh my god.
intersects my Johnny Rat. I hook a freaking egret in the wing and the neck. It looked all chopped up and everything like that. And I'm over
everyone's
there.
looking at you, huh?
Dude, light turned on. This motherfucker got a bird. Like everybody's talking shit boat to boat. Look at that motherfucker. He got a bird.
Shit.
I'm like, oh my gosh. Like I was like, just cut it, get it off. That's my Corona Lake story right there. We never caught a damn thing that night.
I got
but
a good
know
one.
there's
I
big
got
ones.
one just like that. So I just got the Butch sent me 250s, the new ones. So I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm going to my local lake, La Mirada Regional, So someone might get mad because I said that, sorry. But I go there and I make my first cast. I bought a big bait Bailey, like the iRod.
Yeah.
Lexa 300.
Excellent rod.
I'm ready to go. I'm like, fuck yeah. So I throw it out. Right it lands, fucking bird, dude. Bam. Everyone's looking at me. No one's fishing. And I'm like, fuck. And everyone's looking at me and I'm fucking yanking the fucking thing out. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, pulling the hook out. Like, and everyone's looking at me. I'm all stressed out. It's fucking looked like a real fucking dickhead.
I did that with a half day boat. It's like I'm seasoned in the ocean. I can hang out there. I fished a lot out there. So me and my buddy, like I wanted to get him into fishing, so I took him on a half day. We're on the new Seaforth and everything like that. And I'm sitting there thinking about it. I'm like, oh, fuck, I already know how this is gonna be. Dude's gonna cross me up like 5 times over, and whatever. So we get on the boat. So at the bait dock, no matter what, I'm gonna go catch some sand bass. I'm gonna freaking load up. I wanna have some fun. Put a fish trap on there, bomb it out there, catch a couple. I remember I cast it, and a fucking pelican comes off the dock. I hook it in the wing, and I'm on a 400 TE, and it's all this tick and drag. I'm like, oh fuck.
I would have been like,
Then it goes. I'm in the bow. It goes down the stern, port side, all the way back to where they're doing bait and stuff like that. And the line's like hitting people in the neck.
oh shit.
My only reaction is to cut the line, so I cut the line. The birds flying everywhere. I couldn't get to it in time.
And there's fucking line there. Who did that? I'm like, I don't know, bro.
Dude, it closed on like 30 people. It was so my logic. I'm just saying this right now. It was more dangerous for me to keep a tight line because I would have sliced the throat. But I'm sitting there like, whose line is this? I'm like,
I don't know. This fucking asshole over there.
so I'm sitting there like, dude, I know how to fish and I'm a bonehead right now. I'm one of those guys. I'm one of those. My name's Mitch right now. You know what I mean? I got a San Diego sweatshirt and a floppy hat on. Son of a bitch.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
No, I get it 100%. I've fucking done some dumb shit before.
Birds of the devil.
Dude, I dropped my boat off at Dana Point. My buddy, Anthony, was backing the boat up. The fucking the winch clicker went off.
So,
I didn't know. It was off.
shit.
It had rollers. It was an Invader 17 foot. And he hit the brakes and that motherfucker fell off the trailer. I was like,
On the ramp or in the water?
on the ramp.
Oh,
And
you're
I was
one of
like,
those guys.
oh my God.
You're one of them.
I was fucking screaming.
Did it slide?
These two big, yeah, it was still on the fucking trailer. So I'm like, all right, what are we going to do? These big fuckers were like, let's go. There's three big fucking big ass belly, beard, 6 something. Hang on the front. We winch it up. All good. A little bit of the gel coat's fucked up, but I was like, oh, I feel like a
So let me ask you one question, though. What did it sound like?
horrible.
Oh,
bad.
Did you leave a mark?
Oh, so I was at Sam V. You want to hear my story? Someone dropped their brand new 18-foot tracker off. Dragged it.
Wait, what?
They're trying to push it back.
So they drug it down?
Like this. Like fucking it was dragging backwards. I'm
I've
like,
seen that at Diamond Valley.
what are you doing? And that was a guy with the tracker. A brand fucking new one. Nice. And me and my uncle are pulling out because I have a 4-stroke. He has a 2. So I think, right, you can't, Sam V is a 2-stroke.
No, you can do whatever you want. I'm pretty sure you can do
whatever I
think
we took my boat that day, and then I'm like looking, I'm like, oh my God, I want to help this guy feel so bad. Like, what are you doing? You know, like, I'm sure you've seen a lot of dickheads.
I've seen that at Diamond Valley. The funniest one, like when I had an 18-foot skiff, I used to run La Jolla, and we came, actually, no, I was on my friend's boat that trip. We came back into Dana Landing in Mission Bay, and I shit you not, all we see is the bow of a boat on the dock right there, and there's a dude in the water like holding onto the dock. He's not stressed, he's not crying, he's not yelling, he's just sitting there. So the first thing we thought, we're all like, dude, get a picture. Like, cause I mean, you can't, we're still like 40 feet away, so we can't even help us. So get a picture real quick.
Yeah.
So we got a picture, and we're like, oh my God, what happened? So he's like, where's my keys at? So he's down there trying to get his keys. Dude, dock fails. I feel so bad for the people, trust me. But it is the funniest shit in the world. Because, you know, we've all been in positions where we're like, we're the bonehead. But, dude, you got to make fun of it. I think yesterday I was at Paris. No, day before I was at Paris.
That's the worst, just to let you know.
Dude, it was a good one.
How bad is that place? Like,
well, I'll tell you, fishing, dude, we caught like 15, 20 fish a piece, all
but
that
the
size.
people
But
in the summertime are like,
dude, we come back in the launch ramp, and I was like, you know, I let my dad put the boat on the trailer, so I get my truck, back it down. And, of course, I mean, it's so stupid, but usually bass fishermen or any type of fisherman's a good guy to back a trailer up most of the time. You can squeeze in a tight place. You just have that knack for understanding how it's supposed to happen. So I come down there, so I'm like catty corner on the launch ramp, and I was able to back it down all straight, you know, did it real fast. This truck tried to go as fast as I did to back it down.
oh my God.
And when he went next to me, I'm looking to my side. My dad's busting up laughing from the back of the boat. I hear him, like, what's he laughing at? The fucking truck put its doors into the water. And I'm all like, what the hell? My dad's like dying laughing like this. And I'm all, Dad, shut up. You know, and then it comes out, and it comes back down, and it comes out. And I'm like, I'm just going to get out of here. So I went to leave. I don't know if the dude floated his truck. I have no idea. But,
God,
dude, the trailer was like 4 feet under the water. Like, how you going to put a boat on that? I didn't even know what. I didn't even see a trailer, but he pulled out, oh, the guy's got a trailer. I thought he was going to put a jet ski in the back or something.
Yeah. No, that I seen some wild shit like that. I always see
Havasus.
You know James Montez?
Yeah.
I follow him, and he fucking will post these videos of people in line and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Like Labor Day or whatever, he's driving out and they're coming in. But Havasu. So I like fishing Catherine's Landing. I was supposed to go this weekend. I would sit there. My buddy's like, hey, I got to go get this, and this. So we'd sit there for a half hour waiting for him. And I would just sit at the fucking launch ramp going like this.
Yeah, I always wanted to go there with the beer.
Watching, dude, and just watching, like, dudes yelling at their wife, what the fuck are you doing? Because they're so stressed out, dude.
Site 6 is the best in Havasu. You ever go to Havasu? No. So Site 6 is this little bullshit launch ramp on the island, London Bridge. You've heard of London Bridge over there. Okay, so you go over London Bridge, you get down to Site 6, whatever. It's a little shitty launch ramp. The kids at night will put soap on it and stuff sometimes. You spin your tires on little shitheads. I mean, I remember this one time we came down there, and I think it was me, my buddy Manny, and my dad, and we came down there. There's a fucking truck in the water floating, and this dude's sitting on his jet ski. So it's like this, and he's sitting on his jet ski, like riding it, and the sheriff's all like, get off the fucking jet ski. But yeah, that place is the funniest ones. Like, my buddy Manny was out there once, and guess this dude was like yelling at his chick, like, back the fucking trailer down. She grabs the keys. Here, back your own fucking trailer, and throws them in the lake.
Oh my God,
dude. Havasu's a trip.
Dude.
Get in early and get out late.
And you don't fuck around there either.
No, there's some weirdos out there.
I got so scared once. Oh. partying in Havasu, and it was Catherine's line, so it was by Laughlin Moore, you know. But I'm fucking driving, and I hear whoop whoop, and I'm like, I'm done. Pull into a cove, tell my buddy that's not drinking, get in the fucking driver's seat now. Drop the trolling motor.
Yeah,
I was like, I ain't trying to get no fucking DUI, bro. You know, like I was like
tripping.
I'm like, I'll never drink ever again on the lake. Like I'll be like, hey, I'm not driving my boat. You can. I'm not fucking doing it.
Yeah, it's weird. Fuck like that. Dude. You know, you can't play around. You know, when you got that boat and you got that speed and you got that, no one has beer fear. You're good. It's scary when you drive a boat. You know what I mean? But
no, I made my wife drive one year. I mean, we rented a ski boat from there. It was like a 150 on it, so it jammed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we can't drive. I'm fucked up. You have to drive. She's like, I can't drive a fucking boat. And we're just sitting, not being on plane because she's so scared. The whole time we're fucking.
Everybody does
hey,
it.
We're at 70 degrees the whole fucking time, all the way back.
It's the safest way, you know. That's the whole thing with boats. It's like you don't have no brakes. It's like if you can't do it, just fucking idle or chill.
Do they still have the Bass Taxi at DVL?
No, that's been gone for a little while now.
That thing was such a great deal.
Oh yeah, a lot of people use that.
Yeah.
If someone here's your guys' chance. If someone wants to do that again, that's the deal. You make a lot of money real quick.
Yeah.
Bass Taxi.
Right. No,
Call
I mean
like,
that was like the first.
Dude,
deal,
you got a chance to fish out of fiberglass bass boats. Rentals.
Fast.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's like rental boat does like 10. This thing will do like 60.
Now, what's the worst you've been on DVL weather-wise?
Oh, shit.
That place gets fucked up.
Okay, so Bass Tracker, 18-foot Bass Tracker. It's a little bit bigger, the one that I have, than a normal one. But so I'm at Dime Valley. It was a good day. Regular fishing, not swim bait fishing. I was throwing flukes out there, catching a bunch of fish, doing a couple videos for the tackle shop. And dip into Rawson. I'm fishing back there. I didn't want to go home early. It was getting windy, whatever. It started raining a little bit. And it was a summer storm. And I looked out to the outside of Ross, and I see a tumbleweed like 40 foot off the water going sideways. And I'm like, how the fuck? It's not windy. What? I'm like, see, straight up like Wizard of Oz. I'm like, oh my God.
I'm fucked.
So I was like, I got to get out of here, but I don't want to stop. I kept fishing, and I see a dude in a boat laying down out there. I'm like, what in the fuck is going on? So I was like, I got to go investigate. So doing 40, I come out from the back of Ross, and there's like that the wall right there. I come out, and all of a sudden, come to find out, his wind is fucking. There's a guy in a big bass boat there. He's laying down like spread eagles. A guy I know. Another boat was down there trying to beat it and everything. I'm in a tracker. I'm like, fuck, no life jacket. And I'm all like, shit, I could barely swim as it is, literally. So I'm like, turned on the GoPro at me.
Gotta get the footage, bro.
No, dude, the GoPro, my thinking with the GoPro is like, dude, this is a shit pot condition. I thought I was going to swamp the boat or like drown. And I'm all like, someone's going to find out the way I died. So I put the GoPro on there and like aimed it at me. It's so stupid. My logic is like, I want people to know. Yeah, I got a picture of it. It's on YouTube.
Oh, I'll have to grab it and put it on this.
Or it's a picture. You see me like... But anyway, so I was like, you know what? I'm already out here. I got to go keep going. So it gets worse and worse and worse. I'm getting water inside the boat. I got water built up like that. And I'm like, fuck. It was a trippy moment, though, because I'm not super spiritual or anything like that. I believe in stuff, but I'm not, like, super spiritual. I had my moment where I was like, you know, please.
That bad, you thought like,
I was gonna die. Hands down, I was gonna die. I already knew it. I'm like, dude, this is not how it's supposed to happen. But I was like, please, God, please, can you get me out of this? I shit you not. Circumstance, whatever. I see a light shine down on the water. I drive to the light. Check this out. I feel
like you're full of shit right now.
No, I swear to God, I swear, and I see, like, it was like the sun opened up, and I'm like...
Next thing you see fucking Kelly Popo with this fucking...
Bass Jesus. Fish Jesus. But I go to it, and then all of a sudden the light's over there. I go that way. Come to find out, I was just tacking across the lake. So I get to the launch ramp, and I tie the boat up to the dock. It's so big at the launch at Diamond Valley Dock, suck nuts. So the boat comes up, comes down, boat comes up, and it was so strong it ripped the back cleat out of my aluminum boat.
Oh, my God.
Oh, ping! Dude. Up in the air. So I tied it up there. I get to the top. I kiss the ground, literally. And I look back, and Stan comes running to, you know Stan, right?
Yes,
he's all like, God damn it, did you see that water spout that touched down outside of Rawson? Come to find out I was around a water spout. And
that shit's scary as fuck.
yeah, so I get off the water. I come back in the tackle shop. I'm drenched.
Yeah.
I go in there and say, oh my God. They're like, you look like you saw a ghost. I was like, I almost died. It was so rough out there. And everybody looked at me stupid. They're all like, it's been sunny here the whole time. It's not even windy. And I'm like, dude, you don't even understand. Like, it was like, I was in like this, I was in the ocean, the Flemish Cap right now.
Hey, just call Kelly. He'll tell you.
That's the part. He's a good guy.
He is.
I was laughing the last time we were fishing Diamond Valley, and I always talk to him every time we go over there. And we're going across the lake and everything like that, and we're like driving, and we kind of ditched out, and he went over to one of his favorite spots. And he's driving. I didn't get a chance to tell him the last time I was gonna laugh with him. His hair was like in the wind. It was like.
It looked beautiful.
It looked like white flames.
He looked like a stallion driving his boat.
Dude, he got his new Vexus and everything like that. This was, I think, when he was in his Ranger, but yeah, it was a stallion.
No, yeah, a stallion.
Yeah.
I got to do a quick pee break, and then I want to get to
Me too.
your PB.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Personal best. You said you had a couple stories, right? Like
yeah, dude.
The fuck up story and
this
then the
is
real.
okay. This is. I was talking a little about this earlier, where I was like GoPro, blah blah blah. So
Yeah.
I'm fishing around the lake. I ain't catching nothing.
This is DVL.
This is Diamond Valley.
Okay.
So I pick up a jig, and I'm like, I want to catch a jig fish because there's nothing better than feeling a thump and cracking them on heavy line. So I'm like running around the lake. I'm in the back of Rawson. I catch like a 4 or 5 pounder. I don't even know how big it was. I forgot. And I was like, oh man, I'm on a bite. I need to get the GoPros. Oh no, I don't have the GoPros. Let me leave the lake, go to the tackle shop, get the GoPros, come back to the lake so I can start filming. And I was like, fuck all that jive. So I went across the lake, and I hit a couple more spots. I caught some fish. And I stop on Artberry Point. We all call it Artberry Point. It's the long point coming out the launch ramp on the right-hand side, whatever.
Why do you call it that?
Because Artberry, I think he caught a, we actually call it something different, me and my buddy Greg, but I can't say it on the way. there's
I want to know.
Dude, it's a good one. It's kind of like a Bob Saget thing, but it's like, it's a joke. But anyway, we stop on this point, or I stop on this point. I didn't even drop my trolling motor. I just snapped off like 3 or 4 times in a tree or whatever. So I'm like, I don't even give a shit anymore. There's a jig fired out there. It's a 3/8 ounce green pumpkin red jig with a watermelon something or other. Throw it out there, hits the bottom. I'm popping it. Trolling motor's not dropped. Popping it. And all of a sudden it goes, thump. I'm like, son of a bitch. I just broke off like 5 jigs. And I want to tighten another one on. I want to sit down, cut my weed guards. So I start ganking on this thing. I'm like doing this number. I'm like pointing at the trolling motor's not dropped yet. I'm like, all of a sudden it goes, whoa, 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 whoa. It starts taking off. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, this is the one. I'm like sitting there fighting this fish. Oh my God, this is a big one. Trolling motor's not dropped. I'm just drifting. I'm going like this. I'm getting up to the side of the boat. It's probably 8 feet away from me, 10 feet away from me.
So you saw it.
So I saw it. And what do? I grab my rod and I reach for the fish. I am a short motherfucker. I can't grab 8 feet, so I'm drifting this way away from me. I'm holding up. My big old bass is floating on the surface. I'm like this. Ha. Troll motor's not dropped yet. So I'm like, whine.
He's going through the moves right now, guys.
I'm envisioning this thing. It's over there. It's just like sitting there doing this on the surface. So I'm like, oh no, trolling motor. So I jump up, I'm on my knees at this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So I get the trolling motor, get it over there. I'm holding this bass. I'm like, oh my God, it's a big fish. I should have lost that fish like 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way in hell I should have caught that fish. That's where luck comes in. You need luck because any right-minded individual will lose that fish.
Yeah.
So I get this fish. I'm like, this is a big one. I weigh it. It's 14.3. And I take a picture.
No, you welled that one, though.
No.
You didn't well it.
I took a picture, weighed it, and I have 2 pictures of this fish because I was so excited. This is my biggest bass at that time. I've never seen a bass that big in my life.
Is this the one you caught, the lake record?
I didn't catch the lake.
I'm sorry, the 14.3 is the one.
Diamond Valley.
Okay,
It's the Diamond
yes,
Valley
the 14.
one.
Okay.
So I caught this fish. I got 2 pictures. I got one holding its mouth like this. You see the jig stuck in, a little itty bitty jig in the picture because it was a big jig, but it would look small. And I got a picture against my fish finder because I'm an idiot and I'm stupid. I should have propped my phone up, stood back, I don't even have a good picture of my fish. I have it against the fish finder where it looks like that wide. And then I have a picture looking down where you just see a mouth. And I'm like, okay, whatever.
Hey, how many people, was this Instagram days?
This is, no, I didn't even have an Instagram.
You didn't get shit for fucking, it's not that big.
Oh, no, at that point, people kind of knew. I had a lot of hate there's a lot of people that don't like me. And
Oh, is there?
Well, I know there's a lot of people that think I'm full of shit. They think I'm full of shit. A lot of people think it.
Why would they think that? Because of that fish?
Because I used to always say I caught 5, 6, 7 swim fish a day. And in reality, if someone told me that, I would question it, which I totally understand. Like, it's not like they legitimately hate me. It's just they thought that my stories were over-embellished.
They question your fishing ability.
It's like, how the hell can you catch 5, 6 swim baits and then go fish a bass tournament and suck ass? It's like...
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
Everyone would think it's not the same. It's like, I can fish, swim
yeah,
bait fish.
So it is a trip. So check this out.
So do you feel like the guys that give you hate are the tournament guys? Or are they swim bait guys?
No, it's the swim bait guys. It's the guys that are established more, because there's so many people now that are just like, whatever. You know, that... But everybody that legitimately puts that hate out there, they're good people that I know, and they're just busting my ass. So it's not like hate.
You need it.
So it's like, you know what? Fuck it. Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah.
So I get this fish in, holding this bass, take my pictures. I'm like, what do I do with it? I'm looking at the launcher. It's so close to the launcher. I could bring it over there. At that time, that would have been the biggest fish since Krumzik's fish. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, I can't do that. I'm not allowed to. You know, in my head, I'm not allowed to. Put the fish back. And I'm all on a high going like, dude, I should have lost this fish. I already caught my biggest bass in my life. I caught a few fish today. And I'm like, I should just leave. Like, how am I going to make the day better? I can catch another 14-pounder. Probably never will in my life. So a dude comes rolling around the point in a rental boat. He's like, hey, you got a scale? I was like, yeah, I do. He's all, I just caught a giant bass. I was like, I did too. And he looks at me like I'm a fucking liar. And I was like, I just caught a 14-pounder. He's all like, well, I caught an 8. And looks at me, and like it looked like if I was the dude in the rental boat and I heard a dude say, I just caught a 14-3, I'd be like,
no, you didn't.
No, you didn't, dude. You're the guy that like looked around, saw a boat, and then set the hook and pretended you got bit.
I'd be like, calm down, Mr. Long.
Yeah, calm down, Mr. Mikey. And I thought about that after I said that. I was like, I should have never said I caught a fish, because that just looked like a douche move. That was like around the ego time.
But see, that's where I do the same. Joe Rogan, like I don't want, like he talks about this. So it's like you have fights in your head. I have this shit all the time. I'll fucking be thinking of something, and I'll play it out in my fucking head, and I'll be like, this motherfucker.
The same thing.
You know, and that's something where you go back and go, why the fuck did I do that?
Oh,
I do it all the time. I do podcasts. I go, oh, why did I fucking say that? Or why did I do this? You know, like
I'm my worst enemy. I mean, that's the biggest thing for me. It's like
But noticing that's a different story. Like you notice, you realize like, hey man, I'm not. This isn't an ego thing. This is like, I love fishing. I don't want to come off like a cunt. You know, like I'm not trying to come off like an asshole.
Look at some of the best anglers on our coastline. You know what I mean? It's not the people that are in social media. Look at Jeremy Anderson up in NorCal. Dude pioneered a lot of stuff. He's done a lot, but, you know, I had a conversation with him.
Even you, like, you don't really put yourself out there that much. You do for the shop.
Not anymore. I mean, literally, you got guys like Jeremy. You got, you know, Bill Simmentel, which some people don't like, whatever. I mean, you got all these old school guys that paved the way for us to catch the fish the way we catch them now. They're the ones that need credibility. They're the ones that paved the way and started things. Look at a punker, dude. I mean, we got the big Zara spook. Mm-hmm. That bait shaped everything. Look at his Bubba, his shell crackers and stuff like that.
Yeah, shell crackers.
Dude, I made a bait because I like that bait, based off of that idea. You know what I mean? It's like these guys. But yeah, it's kind of crazy how the ego gets you.
It does. It is.
Ego's a trip in the swim bait world, and everybody's been there. It's like the old souls and stuff in it. We all went through a phase where we were caught a lot of fish. We started being recognized, had to stay relevant, and then you got over and realized you're a fucking idiot. And now you ghost in the shadows, and that's where I'm kind of like just hang out. Like,
did you become pro staff for anyone?
Yeah, Megabass. I still am field staff for Megabass, and I've been approached a lot of places. But the thing about me is, I don't like that stuff. If a company is good to me, I'm going to be good to that company. But I don't need to base my ability off of how many people hook me up. I make a lot of my own tackle and paint my own lures.
I like that. That's cool.
I don't believe in that kind of stuff. I don't need to be a patch pirate. I'm just literally a fisherman. I'm just a regular dude that figured out some things that caught me some fish, and I have a good time and love it. I breathe fishing.
Which I think is lost a little bit nowadays. Maybe.
Oh yeah, it's all about who you get, how many discount codes. It's like, dude, I work at a tackle shop, so it's like
how many discount codes.
So check it out. So I get hooked up with all these companies, which I thoroughly support all the industry. I mean, the whole industry. I'm cool with everybody. But if I get a 10% discount code, I get more off at my tackle shop. So I don't feel like I deserve to be sponsored by Shimano, Daiwa, or whatever. It's like, dude, I get more off the tackle shop.
Yeah.
Give it to somebody that actually needs it. You know what I mean? If that's not an egotistical thing to say. It's just, I believe that the industry got kind of spoiled. Or like the anglers got spoiled. They all get free stuff now, all because they post. If you're a chick, you post some tits. If you're a dude, you post a 5-fish picture. You get free rods and reels. It's like, what about the dudes that grind? You know what I mean?
Let me show my dick for a fucking couple rods.
So let this thing hang out, like hook it up with. Give me that bass boat. Check this out.
Show you this dick, bitch. No, but it's the truth. Like, that was like one of the reasons that it's been hard for me to find like a legit woman angler. And I asked Rachel, she was on. I said, what do you like to be called? She was like, an angler. Don't call me a woman, call me an angler. I'm like, all right, well, angler. But she's done great.
Oh, yeah.
FLW. So it's like, fuck, man. Yeah, I guess it's easy to call bullshit on people. Even Instagram, it's like you fucking. In the beginning, I like had dudes on, or not dudes on, but like message, and I'll be like, I don't even know who this is. Maybe look at their followers. Oh, they got 20,000. Well, they only get fucking 30 likes per thing. Like, I don't know who this guy is, so I got to validate who it is because I don't know.
No, I think it's hard. I think it's hard for a chick. I mean, no doubt about it. I fucking love seeing a hot ass chick holding the bass. I mean, that's the greatest thing in the world.
But I mean, the hard thing is dudes will go bullshit.
Yeah,
you know, like,
it's. I feel extremely like it's very hard for like people like Rachel Uribe. You know,
yeah,
she wants to fish. Her whole family. You know, both Joe. I mean, they want to fish and they're good fishermen. But
this is the crazy thing. She fucking took, and then to me, it's like she's beating men. Like,
oh yeah, dude.
Like she took fourth place in FLW. Like, fuck, man.
Oh, but see, this goes back years. You know what I mean? It's not just a recent thing either. Like, if I remember correctly, I think she was on like National Guard.
Yes,
way back
that was
in the
when
day.
she talked about it. Yeah,
yeah, National Guard and stuff like that. And like, she's been doing it.
And it's like cool to see, like, okay, yeah, she's legit. Like, she can fish. Like, she could hold up against anyone else. You know, like, hey, I can fucking do this.
That whole family is humble. Senior Joe, I mean, super good people, and they're humble. Like Rachel just acts like she doesn't know, but she does. You know what I mean? I see the post. I'm like, come on, you know what you're doing. You're a good fisherman.
But that's a good way to act. That's if you're gonna act a certain way, that's a good way.
That's
to be
how
like,
I was my whole fishing, and then I hit this swim bait
until the swim bait thing.
Swim bait.
Then you pulled out that cock.
Roman made, and I was like trying to swing my dick around, and then it dropped off, and I'm like, you know, I'm better than that. I'm just gonna shut my mouth, let you guys have fun with it. I help anybody that asks me for help, and like I'm nobody, dude. Honestly, I'm a swim bait guy. Nobody. Yeah. But you become level headed over time.
Do you think that the swim bait game, like making more swim baits, new ones, do you think that could be reinvented, like something new?
There's always something that can be changed and added. I literally, like last night I was telling you earlier, I slept in my truck last night because I was up till like freaking 4 or 5 in the morning or 3 in the morning building swim baits and stuff and pouring baits. There's only so many things you can do, and there's only so many ways you can recreate a natural forage. There's only so many ways you can make a bluegill. And what's happening now is guys are playing copycat. And I'll let this be clear. I started building baits years ago, always tinkering. And then I got to this point where I started playing with resin and building lures. So what's the natural thing to do? It's like if you don't know how to make it, you're going to copy something. So I started copying people's baits, like not for sale. I'm never going to sell your
learning.
Bait. Yeah, so I take a proven bait, make a mold of it, reproduce it, and go from there. And there's only so many. What I learned through that whole process about taking baits and changing bills and changing tails and doing joints and doing this and doing that. I actually tried to make a bluegill bait recently, and it was literally, I mean, I just needed a big bluegill. You know what I mean? So I made a bait that looked just like Jeremy's, you know, big giant Bubba Cracker. I wasn't trying to copy his bait. I mean, I don't care that much. I love his product, but I just couldn't spend the money on it. I couldn't afford it. So it's like, I was like, I gotta make a bait that looks kind of close to it. You know what I mean? So I need something because I saw it work on my boat, and I'm catching. Oh, it was insane. So I gotta make. So I carved one out, whatever. So I molded it, and you start learning different things. There's only so many ways you can make it. So I don't know how much more this industry can go without really stepping on people's toes, and that's where the drama comes in with all the bait makers.
Who do you like consider like your top 3 like swim bait makers, like that kind of like paved the way? How about that?
That's a really
because you've been doing it for a long time. 96. I hear a lot of guys go 2000. I go, man, that's a long time. So I
started fishing swim baits back in the day where it was lead head baits. And then it went into bass tricks at LA Slider. And you start hearing about Paris, Mike Gash, Mike Long, LA Sliders, that kind of stuff back in the day. But I would say Mickey at the time for his 316 for his realism, because he was the first dude that put the realism in his baits. I mean, you remember way back in the day, I mean, I've never seen baits look like that at that time. It was like robots.
Even still now, they look amazing.
Yeah. And I mean, they catch fish.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people give him hate. I don't know the guy. I don't know if he's a dick or not. I mean, he seems like he catches fish, makes a bitchin' bait. I mean, as a creator, he's a very good guy.
Yeah.
So I would say him, no order in particular. Jeremy Anderson, Black Dog Baits. I mean, he is a huge inspiration in bait making because his thinking, either I think like him or he thinks like me, and we're thinking different. The way the baits move, the hydrodynamics behind the bait, what they're trying to imitate, it's forward thinking outside the box. And I like his forward, as he has like a freestyle attitude. He's just a regular dude in the garage. He works a job, and he's crazy. I mean, he fucking makes a good bait and understands. I like the weirdness about the baits. And if there was a third company paved the way. I mean, the Huddleston. I mean, it's so hard because there's Scott Whitmer, Triple Trout, Ken Huddleston. I mean, dude, I pull from everybody.
Yeah.
But
no, it's just cool to hear your kind of...
You take a Hud, a Triple Trout Punker, and a 250, there's your freaking baits.
That's what you would use when you go.
Literally, if I had 4 baits to fish for the rest of my life, it would be a Huddleston, Triple Trout, Lunker Punker, and a Depths 250.
You just changed it.
No.
Yeah, you did.
Is it Hud, Triple Trout, Punker, 250?
Okay. Just double checking. You had
pretty sure, right? Hud, Triple Trout, Punker. You just want people to know what the fuck I
I just fucking with you, man. I'm just fucking with you.
You have to go like...
You had to think about it for a second.
No, but honestly, like, if you go to a lake, it's like, how the hell can you not catch fish on this?
Yeah.
Fast burn baits, slow burn baits, you know.
Yeah, no.
God, so sick. I love bait.
And I'm glad you came on because I feel like you're one of the dudes that I know I don't have the career or the knowledge of some of these other people, but like when I got into it, you were the guy on Fishing Network when I said, hey, I'm going to go to Diamond Valley. We'll check out Last Chance. Okay, this fucking dude's posting all these fucking big ass, hey, fish report. And it was you always from DVL, dude. Hey. And I'm like, hey, we're going to catch like this fucking asshole. No, it didn't happen. But, you know what I'm saying? But it was cool to see, you know, like,
I just love it, man.
And how humble of a dude you are, you know, like, and it's cool to show people like, hey, maybe I was a dickhead for a minute and I fucking tried to be camera guy and want to do all this shit. And
we all did. I thought I was somebody special, and you get brought back down to size a little bit. It's like, dude, you fish a SoCal lake, you fish a swim bait, big fucking deal. You fish a Roman-made mother. It's like, who cares? You're the idiot that spent $400 at that moment. It's like, at the end of the day, if you died tomorrow, what did you do for the industry? So it's like, that's what I always think about. That right there is like, I've been burned. I've been taken advantage of in this industry, whatever. But if I die tomorrow, I want people to know how much good I did to it, how much I taught people or helped people do this.
Yes.
That's the whole thing. If it's all about ego, it's like you're just going to be remembered as the dude that caught a couple fish. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, does anybody still talk about the dude in 1982 that caught some supposed 15-pounder? It's like, who the fuck's that guy? Or were you the guy that like a Bill Murphy that like wrote a book and told everybody everything?
But even those, so even those guys that did something cool, like Danny Cadota. I had him on last week.
Dude, that guy's a stud. He caught a lot of big ass fish.
Okay. And I'm like, oh, these numbers are going to be great. Like, I liked him. I like his story. But, you see the numbers. It's like how the podcast numbers go. It's crazy. Like, you see who they want to listen to, who they don't,
Yeah, and it's like people don't realize that.
I'm like, dude, this dude fucking...
That's history,
Not only did this dude fucking catch big-ass freshwater fish, largemouth, he's a fucking hardcore fucking offshore guy.
Exactly.
Like, dude.
People don't get it. That's the thing. It's like, I don't know. It's like, if you died tomorrow, how are you going to help this industry? And it's like, you ain't going to help this industry being a hero.
No.
You're going to help this industry by teaching, help growing the sport. That's how you be a hero. You know what I mean?
Having a good attitude.
And it's just, it's fishing.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, be cool to your fisherman. You see a float tuber on the water and you're a big ass bass, but give him some fucking
Don't
rope.
fucking wake his ass,
Don't
dude.
wake his ass. You're on the ocean, there's a kayaker slow trolling a Mac off La Jolla. Just because you got a Parker don't mean you're to wake his ass either.
Exactly.
Just be
and
cool, dude.
hopefully you never almost die and see Kelly fucking Popo in your eyes like Matt did.
Dude, you do realize that he's gonna kick the shit out of you next time. He's gonna
I love Kelly. That's the thing. He's a great guy.
He knows. He's laughing his
He's
ass
the best.
off right now hearing it.
He's the best.
Oh,
but
he's gonna give
let's
me
plug your
shit.
sponsors. It's cool. You're a Mega Bass guy. Like I back it. That's 100%.
Yeah, dude.
Man.
Last Chance Performance Marine. I mean, if you already have a boat you like, say you like a Ranger. We don't sell a Ranger. We don't care. If you want to come to our shop, you're totally welcome. We do obviously service repair, all that kind of good stuff. New boat sales, this, that, and the other. Last Chance Bait and Tackle. LastChanceTackle.com. We sell fishing tackle. If we can't get it,
we'll put that link too, because that's cool that you do something like tackle wares.
Oh, we've always have. That's the thing that people didn't really understand.
That's cool, man.
And honestly, we're a small shop. We can't have everything. Tackle warehouse. They order by the pallet.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Of course they can. So if we can't get it, we will get it for you or try, and we'll tell you straight up, dude, we can't do it. We're not going to blow smoke. And I mean, we just fish National Bass West. We have a tournament circuit. And, obviously Mike and Lynn own that circuit.
Yeah.
We travel all over. I mean, we're still some of the biggest. And, honestly, it's all family. This whole fishing industry should be family. And there's little cliques now. But, dude, we're fishing for the same fish.
Yeah.
Be cool to one another.
You're part of the same industry, so it's like, why not all get along?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's funny how you see it differently when you work in it and you're always around it than the average guy. And it's like, just chill.
Man, it's cool to have you on to kind of tell your story. I appreciate
it,
that, man.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, check out Last Chance Tackle and Marine. I bought my boat there. Great boat. I love it. I'm redoing it. They have an answer for what you want. Like I said, my boat I've taken from fucking Dana Point all the way to San Pedro.
That's so awesome, dude. That's insane.
I've been in 8-foot rollers in my boat. Like, I'm gonna say my hull is like this shit. I back that 100%. Thanks for listening. Check out Matt. You don't have an Instagram, huh?
It's Matt Magnone.
There you
go.
go.
I got one. I put a bunch of fish. Literally, Facebook or Instagram, Matt Magnone. Look for the dude holding the fish. That's me. I'm not the video game Matt Magnone on YouTube. So
is there a video game Matt Magnone?
Oh, dude, you go on YouTube and type Matt Magnone. It's a dude playing with fucking like those stuffed animals in video game arcades. I'm like, who the fuck is this turd? So I mean, like, yeah. So,
this fucking guy took my name. Fuck him.
I want to punch him in the throat. You know what I mean?
All right, Matt. Thanks, man. This is a great one.
Awesome, dude. I appreciate it.
Thanks.